Hi, my name is Erica Alvarez. Through this presentation, I'm going to share 5 principles of teaching an urban learner that I believe will be most beneficial in your classroom. The learner will demonstrate an understanding of the urban student by successfully answering all 5 questions at the end of this presentation. To properly educate our students, we need to connect with the student to gain an understanding of the experiences the student has had in their community. This will help the teacher deliver the information in a more familiar context for the student. Doing so will give the student the opportunity to feel they can be successful because the content regards something the student is familiar with. Remember, the key concept here is understanding the student. Getting your students' attention is necessary if you are going to teach them. What is said by the teacher needs to be interesting, relevant to their own life, and perhaps unpredictable. Instead of raising your voice, songs, poems, and raps can be a helpful tool to engage the learner and help them remember the subject rules you may be teaching. For example, the following rap may be used to help a student understand mathematical fractions.
But you need a decimal point before the number of times. So why? I guess we're left with 0.5. Now take the point by the 5, move it 2 to the right. And what you have is 50, so it's 50%. When Mr. Dewey takes you through it, then it all makes sense. It's that easy. Listen to the song and you'll believe me. Put your own numbers in the place of what I'm teaching. Fraction.
Or a video starring students of the same age can be an effective tool.
Question mark,
period, exclamation point, semicolon.
punctuation.
Yo, what's the deal with these dots and dashes? Well, let's slow it down like cold molasses. You got colons, parentheses, commas, apostrophes, punctuation, it can help you a lot, you see. What's the deal with these dots and dashes? Well, let's slow it down like cold molasses. You got colons, parentheses, commas, apostrophes, punctuation, it can help you a lot, you see. Whether you're writing for school or just to correspond, you need punctuation, or else your sentence goes on and on and on and on and on and never stops. So we can help you use punctuation in the right spots. A period occurs at the end of a sentence, and if you're using initials, periods must be present. For instance, I went to the store, I bought some milk, some OJ, and nothing more. A question mark goes right after, guess what? A question. Do you know what that means?
Question mark.
Yeah, that's the lesson. An exclamation point shows surprise, pain, or anger. Exclamation
I
point.
just pinched my finger.
An apostrophe replaces the letters that get denied, and a contraction, that's when you got 2 words combined. Apostrophes also show possession. That isn't Mary's pen. There are 2 apostrophes in that expression. Yo, what's the deal with these dots and dashes? Well, let's slow it down like cold molasses. You got colons, parentheses, commas, apostrophes, punctuation, it can help you a lot.
From someone who is relatable in age and academic, such as their peers, can be more interesting for a student. All learners need teachers who believe in their ability. Expecting less may accentuate the limitations the learner's environment possess. Historically, there is a high percentage of urban learners who feel defeated by the lack of expectations from within the community. Unfortunately, this often leads to the learner feeling incapable of succeeding. When failure is expected, behaviors of the student may change to fulfill these poor expectations. Thus, the cycle of the self-fulfilling prophecy takes place. Activities that build upon the strengths of the learner can increase the student's self-efficacy that he or she can succeed. It is something they know they can accomplish because they are knowledgeable. This alone can stimulate excitement in the individual for learning. Urban learners are too often faced with drugs and violence within their homes and communities. Schools need to be a place where the student feels safe from the dangers of the society they live in order to facilitate development. Violence and drugs should not be tolerated by the school, faculty, and administration. It should be addressed immediately to avoid further complications and distractions. Without this safe environment, the student will not be able to develop academically because their minds are preoccupied and stress levels are high. Sometimes students do not succeed time after time, simply because the same approach to teaching and learning has been taken. Teachers need to make a collaborative effort to learn from each other and their experiences within the classroom. What works for one class may not work for the next. This can be a difficult task because of the teacher-to-student ratio. Teaching projects can be assigned, which includes groups of students teaching and presenting to their peers. This allows a student to be creative, imaginative, and comfortable in their learning styles. The learners of the group may better grasp the concept being taught by a peer of the same general age and interest. The student who is teaching the group is able to research, explain, and implement the concepts in a way that would naturally understand. Not only is this a great way for the actual teacher to gain insight on how he or she might teach the student, but also effective on enhancing the student's self-efficacy. There is no right or wrong way to present. The project reflects that different solutions can produce similar success in results.
I'm Dr. Kadir Raja. I'm a teacher at Grant High School.
All right, now.
I became a teacher because I wanted to see students succeed. I wanted to see students learn. So my hunger for student success is what drives the way I teach. I teach the way students learn. I use language, metaphor, stories that they understand. When I teach, I'm highly interactive because my students, they don't like to be lectured to for too long.
He never sits down. He's always running around asking us if we get it. And if you don't get it, he keeps it during lunch or after school. And that really helps.
It all comes down to one thing. How hungry are you to see your students succeed and learn? And your hunger for their success should drive the way that you teach.
The following quiz may be taken to assess your level of success regarding this presentation. Thank you for your time and cooperation.